Comenzamos. En este video vamos a revisar cuándo se usa el pasado simple y cuándo se usa el presente perfecto. Es decir, vamos a contrastar los tiempos. Veamos brevemente cómo se forma el pasado simple. Tenemos que las oraciones positivas se hacen usando nuestro sujeto y el verbo en pasado. Recordemos que los verbos pueden ser regulares o irregulares. Para las oraciones negativas tenemos nuestro sujeto, la negación con didn't o did not y nuestro verbo en presente. Y finalmente las preguntas. Empezamos con nuestro auxiliar did más el sujeto y el verbo en presente. Veamos algunos ejemplos. La primera oración, I went to the cinema yesterday. Fui al cine ayer. En presente el verbo es go. I didn't play video games last Friday. No jugué videojuegos el viernes pasado. Play es un verbo regular, pero no se pone en pasado, no se le añade la ed, porque tenemos el auxiliar didn't, que nos indica que es pasado. Did you speak to her 3 days ago? ¿Hablaste con ella hace 3 días? Tenemos que speak es un verbo irregular, en pasado es spoke, pero en pregunta se pone el verbo en presente porque tenemos nuestro auxiliar did, que es el que nos indica que está en pasado. Ahora veamos la estructura del presente perfecto. Las oraciones positivas se forman con nuestro sujeto más nuestro verbo auxiliar, que es have o has, y el verbo en participio. Para las oraciones negativas empezamos con nuestro sujeto, haven't o hasn't, usando la contracción. También podemos decir have not o has not, y nuestro verbo en participio. Para las preguntas, vamos a ver que se invierte el orden. Empezamos con have o has, nuestro sujeto, y nuestro verbo en participio. Veamos algunos ejemplos de oraciones en presente perfecto. I have seen that movie. He visto esa película. El primer verbo es un verbo irregular, el verbo see. En participio decimos seen. She hasn't been to France yet. Ella no ha ido a Francia todavía. En este segundo ejemplo, el verbo to be es un verbo irregular. En su forma base es el verbo to be y en participio been. Have you ever studied German? ¿Alguna vez has estudiado alemán? En este último ejemplo tenemos el verbo study, que es un verbo regular. Veamos todas las oraciones para poder contrastarlas mejor. ¿Qué diferencia notan entre ellas? Lo primero que van a distinguir es por supuesto la estructura. En el pasado simple se usa el verbo en pasado en las oraciones positivas y el auxiliar did más el verbo en presente en las oraciones negativas y en las preguntas. Mientras que en el presente perfecto usamos have o has como auxiliares y el verbo en participio. Pero aparte de las diferencias en la estructura, ¿qué más pueden notar? Si ponen atención, las primeras 3 oraciones, las de pasado simple, incluyen cuándo sucedieron las acciones. Yesterday, ayer, last Friday, el viernes pasado, 3 days ago, hace 3 días. Mientras que en el presente perfecto no se hace mención a este dato. Esa va a ser la diferencia principal en el uso de estos dos tiempos gramaticales. En el pasado simple mencionamos cuándo sucedieron las acciones, mientras que en el presente perfecto no. Tenemos entonces que el pasado simple se va a usar con acciones completadas en el pasado, tal como lo vimos con los ejemplos de las oraciones anteriores. También para secuencia de acciones en el pasado. Por ejemplo, yesterday I woke up and then I took a shower. Ayer me desperté y después me bañé. Esto es muy importante. Las palabras clave, que en este caso son los adverbios de tiempo, nos van a ayudar a identificar cuándo se trata de un pasado simple. Tenemos aquí yesterday, ago y last. Yesterday es para referirse al día de ayer. Ago para referirse al tiempo hacia atrás. Por ejemplo, 3 days ago, hace 3 días. 4 years ago, hace 4 años, etc. Y tenemos también last. Quiere decir el pasado o la pasada. Por ejemplo, last night, la noche pasada. Last Friday, el viernes pasado. En cuanto al presente perfecto, vamos a ver que se usa para acciones que tuvieron lugar en el pasado sin mencionar cuándo sucedieron. Esto ya lo vimos en los ejemplos. También para acciones que empezaron en el pasado y continúan en el presente. Por ejemplo, I have worked here for 10 years. He trabajado aquí por 10 años. También para contar el número de veces que hemos hecho algo. I have seen Avengers 10 times. He visto Los Vengadores 10 veces. Las palabras clave del presente perfecto son las siguientes: already, yet, just, ever, never, since, for, so far.
All right, I think everyone is in now. First things first, good day. Hopefully you have had a good day so far. And let's start with attendance. Remember, guys, when you join, the first thing to do is put your full name and group in the chat. For example, Jason Ricardo Thomas, 511B, class 2. All right, so go ahead, guys, write that in the chat. Full name and group in the chat. And we'll use that to mark your attendance. Okay. Now, as you can tell from what you see on the screen, the goal today is to complete the first section of Unit 1, right? In Unit 1, the first thing you are to practice is how to use the present perfect and the past simple, and when to use which one. Afterwards, you should be practicing your different adverbs and your adverb phrases. In today's class, we'll focus on this one. Next Saturday, we'll focus on the other two. Now, when it comes to the present perfect and the past simple, you can think of it in this way. The past simple, the ed ending, simple sentences for completed actions, when you've accomplished something, when it's finished. End time expressions like yesterday or last week help us to establish the time of that specific event. Present perfect helps us to express our experience, actions that we started in the past and have continued because they influence our present. And we use adverbs like never, ever, since, already, yet, for a period of time, this day, or in a particular time. Now notice, while the past simple only uses the ed ending, or if it's an irregular verb, it might change, the present perfect uses have plus your verb. Now, the ed ending is the simple form, but I want you to think of the participle form. Now, while regular verbs have ed endings for the simple form and the participle form, the irregular verbs change. So sing becomes sang, becomes sung. Have becomes had. Be becomes was, becomes were, or becomes been. So know how to change your verb from its present form to its past form to its participle form. Right? So we'll be using those today as well. You should already have an idea of what present perfect is. You should already have an idea of what past is. Let's practice the difference between the two. I'll be sharing these links with you after class so you can go back and review. I'll also share with you pronunciation of the ed ending, which might be difficult, and we'll practice them as well. To get started, more people joining. I'll be using, I think this time, let me see. Yeah, I'll use the users. And I'll start with Jose. Gabo, we're going to be looking at when to use which one, right? So let's start at the very top. What's the difference between the use of the past simple and the present perfect? Let's read a little bit of it in English and some examples. Okay, Velasco Hernandez, read for us.
The past simple is used for actions or events that end in the past. Including the recent past. The present perfect is used for actions or events that are related to the present. Examples: did you eat breakfast this morning? I had 3 exams this week.
Good. All right. Notice the time expressions. Did you do something this morning? Did is signaling that it's the past. What past? The morning is over this morning, maybe at 8 a.m. today, but in the morning. The morning is finished. It's now 12 minutes after 12. Second one, had. Past simple again. This week. It's now Saturday. We had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All of that is gone. So we're looking back to the past. That's when we use the past simple. The time is usually specific and the event is usually clearly finished. Now, present perfect. Monica.
Yes, they say, have you eaten breakfast yet this morning? I have had 3 exams already this week.
Good. Yet is, checking. What has happened? Did you do it? No, we don't know. The person is asking, have you completed? Maybe you have eaten. Maybe you haven't. So this morning, if we were still in the morning, that question was asked. And this week, if we were on Tuesday or Thursday, the week was still continuing. Notice what the sentence is telling you about time. But there's other considerations as well. Johanna, what else do we need to remember? Read for us. Monroy? Yes, go ahead.
Remember that we also use the present perfect for actions of events at an unspecific time in the past.
Unspecified, repeat. Unspecified.
Unspecified time in the past. If we want to limit the time of the actions or events to a period of time, we use expressions of time such as last year.
Okay, so let's look at the past simple examples.
I went to Cuba last year and they saw a movie yesterday.
All right, very clear the time. Cuba, when? Last year. Movie, when? Yesterday. Both very clear. Now, what about if we want to express activities, but the more important part of the sentence is the action? Ari? Trujillo?
Yes.
Mhm.
The first, I have been to Cuba in the last year, and I have seen a movie.
All right. Now, it might be tricky. In English, when we see in the last year, we're not talking about last year. We're talking about the current year. While in Spanish, cuando ves en el año pasado, estás hablando del año pasado. Be very, very careful there, right? Also, don't mix yesterday, ayer, pasado simple, with the present perfect, have seen. Porque uno se terminó y uno todavía está importante para el día de hoy, por lo cual ocupamos el have. El have es presente. All right? And a quick little note. Carla Lucero.
Take note of the difference between the two first examples. The same expression last year is used in both, but in the second example, we have add the preposition in. In this example, with the use of in, we are identifying a period of time in which the action or event occur, but not a specific time. On the other hand, if we don't use the preposition is, in, last year indicates a specific time in the past.
Okay. Para ser súper claro otra vez. Last year, el año pasado. In the last year, adentro, el año actual. All right. It might look a little bit confusing. In the last year is different from last year. Last year, past simple. in the last year, present perfect. All right, now let's get to practicing. All right, let's start with Alessandra Lisette. Look at the example. All right, if I see last night, I know it's past simple. So my verb go, irregular verb, becomes went. I went. We went. We went to the movies last night. Here we have Tom. He. ¿Qué estás viendo en este, Ale?
Tom saw that movie 3 times already.
Okay. La pregunta es, ¿ese evento es un evento específico del pasado o está hablando de las experiencias de Tom?
De las experiencias.
Ándale. Entonces regresamos. ¿Cómo manejamos experiencias? ¿Qué tipo de palabra es already? ¿Qué necesitamos hacer? Already va con presente perfecto. Para presente perfecto necesitamos have o has más nuestro verbo. Entonces, aquí, Tom, ¿qué vamos a usar? ¿Have o has?
Has.
Has. ¿Y qué pasó con sí?
ED.
No, porque sí es irregular. Se cambia a sin. ¿Ok? Pasado simple de sí, saw. Pasado participle, seen. Okay, full sentence now, Ale.
Tom has seen that movie 3 times already.
Good. All right, talking about his experience. Number 2, Allison.
Yes.
¿Qué estás viendo aquí?
Es pasado simple.
Y la segunda parte de la frase, notamos que tenemos una coma, entonces tenemos frase 1, frase 2 en una oración.
Sí. Se pasa pasado el verbo, ¿no?
Ok, entonces aquí arriba es el pasado simple, dices.
Sí, porque especifica el
Yesterday. Ok. ¿Y aquí abajo?
No.
No, porque está hablando de
Cualquier otro día.
¿qué es este?
Hoy.
Hoy. Okay. Entonces tenemos dos frases. Aquí podemos variar un poquito la sugerencia para practicar bien el pasado simple contra el presente perfecto. Aquí ocupamos pasado simple de read, I read, y presente perfecto negativo, haven't read. Right? Full sentence?
I read yesterday newspaper, but I haven't read in today.
Okay. I read yesterday's. I haven't read today's. All right, let's continue with Andrea Danae. Ortiz Nájera.
Yes.
All right, number 3.
Okay, it says the students has 8 exams last month.
Has is for present. And if we're going to conjugate have, we would go with had. But the time here is last month.
Okay. So the correct is had. The
Had.
students had 8 exams last month.
Perfect. Because it's a simple past completed event. Good. All right. Michelle Nieto, number 4. Notice the difference. This month.
Yes, it's the student have had 8 exams this month.
Correct. Because we're now using the present perfect. And students is plural. Unlike Tom, That is singular. Good. Number 5, let's go with Jose Francisco Villar Villegas.
Sí. The students has 8 exams in the last month.
Ok. ¿Estamos hablando de un mes pasado o un mes actual?
El mes actual.
Ok. ¿Y qué ocupamos? Students, plural, have, participle form, had. Es igual. Again?
The students have had 8 exams in the last month.
Okay. Los alumnos han tenido 8 exámenes en el mes actual. Right? English can be a little confusing. Aileen Noriega Flores, number 6. Aileen, we don't hear you. If your mic is not working, go ahead, write your answer in the chat. In the meantime, Laura Karina Tabon Bravo, let's go to number 7. Aileen, write your answer for number 6 in the chat.
Did you?
Ok, esa es siempre tu pregunta principal. ¿Estás hablando del pasado? ¿Por qué estás usando pasado? ¿Estás hablando del presente perfecto? ¿Qué pista tienes para utilizar presente perfecto? ¿Qué estás viendo tú, Laura?
Creo que están hablando del presente.
Good. Entonces, ¿qué necesitamos para tú? Have or has?
Have.
Have. ¿Y qué va a pasar con el verbo to be? ¿Qué es el participio de be? ¿Es un verbo regular o irregular?
Irregular.
Okay.
Is been.
Muy bien. Have you ever been to a professional football game? Repeat.
Have you ever been to a professional football game?
Good. And Eileen says, have practiced. Have practiced. Thank you, Eileen. Right, they have practiced for the concert for over 3 hours now. Han practicado por el concierto por más de 3 horas ahora. Good. All right, let's continue with Axel. Let me go over to this set of exercises. Here we see Axel, some expressions as well. Zarko.
Okay. Sería, did you finish?
¿Es pasado simple o presente perfecto? ¿Por qué pasado simple o por qué presente perfecto?
Yo digo que es presente perfecto porque le está preguntando si ya terminó de pintar su cuarto y le dice que termina de pintarlo mañana.
Exacto. Yet, aún. Entonces, have más tu verbo en participio para expresar cosas quizás de una experiencia no terminado, aún terminado. Igual ocupamos have or has, right? Full sentence.
Have you finished painting the bedroom yet? Not yet. I'll finish it tomorrow.
Good. Aranza Itzel. Here we have 2 phrases in one sentence. Phrase 1 talks about last year, and phrase 2 talks about this year. How would we complete this sentence? Perez Zarate. Okay, go ahead. You can type your answer there in the chat. All right. Remember, last year is the past. This year is the present. What do we need? Haven't earned? No. Last year is the past. So we're going to be using the past expression. Didn't. Why? When we make negative sentence for the past, we use the auxiliary verb do or didn't for negative form, and earn, ganar, in this case, ganar dinero or reconocimiento, whatever, because it's the past. Didn't earn. And this year, since it's the present, I've, the contractive form of I have, a lot this year. So I didn't earn, no gané mucho el año pasado, but I have earned a lot this year. He ganado mucho este año. Goals, guys. That's what you want to be practicing so you can complete your forum. Now, as you go through, I'll share all of these with you. The goal is for you to be able to master at least this first block. Next class, we'll practice these two. Once you've mastered all three, you can go ahead and do the forum. Some of you have already done the forum. All right? Now remember, here in block 1, you're going to do all of the activities and save them in a Drive folder. Now, in the classroom, you can create a Drive folder there. You can create a Drive folder even in your own emails. The goal is to complete your activities, save your evidence, make sure you have all of Unit 1's evidence, and then let me know. Teacher, I finished Unit 1. And then I will grade your forum activity on the portal. All right, so those are the things that you're going to be working on. The deadline for these is the 12th of September. All right, now since it's a smaller group, questions, guys. Have any difficulty with the activities in the different blocks or the forum? Preguntas, dudas?
Todo claro, gracias.
All right, Allison. All right, guys. Okay, yes. I see a hand.
I have some questions. Well, one question. Can you
Okay.
show the code for classroom
Yes, of course. I'll
for
put it
the class because okay.
because you entered late and you don't have the code, 100%. All right. It's in the WhatsApp group, but if you entered after I shared it, I'll put it here in the chat. This is the code for the classroom.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Teacher, where we
Yes.
send the evidence of the activities?
Okay, so create your folder. You could be in the classroom or in your personal. Once you're finished, send me a mail. Let me know via email. This is my folder for Unit 1 with my folder for the past simple versus present perfect or adverbs or whatever your folder is. Okay, make sure it's nice and organized and you email me. Let me know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other questions? All right, well, small group, so we don't need as much time. Go enjoy your Saturdays. practice as much as possible. I'll be grading the forum activities that were already uploaded. If you have questions, don't feel shy, send me a message, and I will see you next Saturday when we continue with our practice of our adverbs and adverbial phrases. Bye-bye for now. See you soon.